up? So welcome to the Pacer Travel Chat this week. We got me, Jeff Iosa. I am coming from Dunedin, Florida. So we are here. We got Bobbie Joe over in Orlando. We got Marty, who is actually right next to me. Marty is, we always wanted to adopt Marty as a Floridian, and now Marty's pretty much becoming a Floridian now. So we're happy to have him down in our area. He's down here in Dunedin, so great to see him. And then we got the OG of long haul, Tommy Grinovich, the name I could not remember last week when we were talking about. Like, what is his name? I'm like, I can picture it. What is it? And I knew it was one of those names, like I always type in Thomas to look up to text you, and it's under Tommy, or I look up Tommy and it's under Thomas. So Tommy Grinovich, originally from my area, Tarpon Springs. Where are you now, Tommy? Up in Tallahassee?
Tallahassee, Panhandle. Yep, Mariana, which is about an hour west of Tallahassee.
Good deal.
Where nothing else is.
So, if you don't know Tommy, how many finishes do you have at long haul?
13 now?
13.
Or 12.
He is.
I think 12, I think.
Yeah, so he is way up there. I think the next closest person is Bernadette, if I'm correct. So she's close. And then I'm way down there.
1,000-mile buckle.
Yeah. Tommy has 1,000. So I got a long time for that one. I got 5. So I got the 500. And Andy and Amy won't let me run for a while because I got to volunteer a couple of years before they let me back in the race. But we brought Tommy on because he facilitates the Wickham Park. What's the official name of it? Is it just Wickham Park?
Wickham Park Marathons is what I've gone with since it landed in my lap.
Yeah. So it's a great race. Races. Kind of a old school badass type race over in Melbourne. You want to tell us a little bit more about it, Tommy?
Sure. I think it's the oldest, one of the oldest in Florida, and certainly the oldest 200 around this area. Matt Mahoney started it out back. This is the 30th year, so it must have been 95. And it started out as 50 miles in Wickham Park, in the trails of Wickham Park, and so a marathon and 50 miles on day one. If you complete 50 miles in the 12 and a half hours that the park is open, you get to come back for day 2. So it's a stage race. And I think for years, no one had gone really past 100 miles. And then 2001 was Mark Henderson was the first one to push out and go 4 days, where it became we added the two, Mahoney at the time added the 200-mile fun run. What else do you want to know? Since then, there's been 9 people that have finished the 200 miles in the constraints.
It's only about. Why did I think it was 19? Nine people have finished it.
You're thinking of
9
Barclays.
people. Yeah. Doug was the 9th finisher last year. He would have gone on this year to probably finish the second, but his toesies got a little messed up in the wet weather, and he's saving them for the dome.
Yeah. So Doug Mail out of St. Pete. He did finish it last year, and then this year he was ahead of his schedule, ahead of his pace from last year.
I think he's like 11 minutes ahead after day 2 of what he done last year. He's so consistent. He finished within a minute of being equal splits on day 1 and day 2. He's fun to watch.
We saw Doug out at Death at Dupree, me and Marty, and at night I would sit next to his wife, and you could see the headlamps coming around the corner, and we would put our watch on it, and every single you could look at your watch, and right you saw a headlamp come around the corner at the exact same time. We're like, there's Doug
100%. Yeah.
I just want to say, because it's like a fat ass race or whatever, you let people come back even if they don't make the 50 miles, but they just don't get.
Yeah, it's a fun run. When I do the results, I mean the official results. You got to start day 1, but if for example, this year I think who was it? Judy Reynolds came by. She wasn't there day 1, but she came in and got a marathon in on day 2. So her name is on the list of results, but she's got an asterisk because it wasn't official. as official as anything at Wickham is. So like you said, it's fat ass. There's no swag. There's hardly any course markings. There's no sympathy if you get lost. There's no nothing,
Love it.
It's old school. You come out and it's you get a great group of people that are really in it for all of ultra is, but you get a concentration of love of sport.
Yeah.
Sandy's a great example. You showed Sandy. She comes by with a smile on her face every single time.
And she just ran Cruel Jewel the week before too, the 50 miler.
Yep, and she's
She and the other two ladies that were there with her, Viv and Christy.
Well, yeah, we shut down this race on after Doug bowed out after the 100, but she came back on days 3 and 4, so she ended up doing a 50K out on course every day of the 4 days.
Oh,
So
nice.
I think she was enjoying it and using it as she's in over to the Dome next, so follow her there.
What is she doing up at the Dome?
You know what? She's going for big numbers on, I think, 6 days. Don't hold me to that.
Okay. Yeah. So what is Doug doing up at the Dome? Is he doing the 10-day?
He signed up for the 10 because I think the 6 day was sold out, so he signed up for the 10.
Okay.
He's got some pretty big goals too.
Yeah. So we were talking at Death of Dupree. I said, Doug, man, you should go up to 6 days in the Dome and do one of the 6 days or the 10 days up there. And I guess he kind of listened to what I had to say. So this is how you keep track. Here's how Tommy keeps track of everything.
Yeah, and that was done after day 2. So the official results will come out sometime this week, and Judy's name will be on there too for the marathon. We had I think 16 marathon finishers this year.
Yeah. This is Matt Mahoney. If you have not gotten to meet Matt Mahoney, you're kind of missing out. So Matt, I mean, when I got into the race, when I got into the ultra scene, Matt was kind of fading off at that point. You kind of knew Matt, but you didn't. I didn't get to. I think I ran one race with Matt, but he has a history. He's done the Barclays marathons, hasn't he?
He's been out there, anyways. Yeah, I'm not sure if he's ever finished the lap, but he's been out there. He's in one of those documentaries. I see his mug in there too.
Oh, that's awesome.
I thought he didn't write a book. Did he write a book about the Barclays?
Mahoney? No, not that I know of.
Jeff coming in with the rumors.
No, I thought one of the original books. I mean, you're talking about Matt probably did Barclays, not 80s or 90s. You were talking way back when, when no one else knew about the Barclay marathons. Matt was out there.
Yeah, if you want a fun read, you go to his website. I think it's mattmahoney.net, and he's just got all kinds of stuff, including large historical data for the Wickham runs.
Yeah, the race page that was on there was hilarious. I don't know if it's the one that's still there, but like the bottom had all these like the fine print stuff about getting eaten by gators and all that.
Yeah, you can still find it on Matt's page. Yeah.
So the best comment I saw all day is when you called me out, Tommy. You go, you can't finish the Wickham Park Marathons if you don't show up. I'm like, damn.
Well, we've been talking about it. And you're coming out there. I know for a couple of years, anyways, and I know you want to get out there at some point. But I figured we were chummy enough. I could zing that one by your head.
Oh, I loved it. It was perfect, and I definitely deserved it.
Also, you failed to unregister, so you're banned for life now. So
I wish the PTC board would take my advice on that one. If you sign up and don't unregister and don't show up, you're banned. So there's Doug. So
Cheryl, his wife too. She was out there supporting him, but she on day 1 she put up her first marathon. Came back and did her second marathon ever on day 2.
Oh wow!
So, she had a great weekend also.
And they're getting ready to. Are they getting ready to go hiking? Are they doing the Tahoe Rim Trail?
Yeah. So Doug's got the Dome, and then after that, the two of them are going to hike the Tahoe Rim Trail.
Okay. Cool deal. So I'll be out there on the Tahoe Rim.
Dream.
Yeah. I say that to Doug all the time. I go, I want to be you when I retire. And Doug Doug is young, so he got to retire early, which is which is the dream. I love that. So they're doing some fun stuff. Oh, jeez, yeah.
So how much sand is on that course? Is it a lot of loose, like sugar sand?
No, I think one of the reasons people like the course a lot is there's so much diversity. You can see there's my background is actually one of the trails there, and it's pretty packed sand there. It's got some mountain biking stuff, so I call them the whoopsie doos, where you get a little stuff to really mess with your hips after 3 days of 50 miles. Sahara Street, you saw the sign for that. Depending on how much rain there's been and how hot it is or sunny it's been, that can be pretty sugary, and that's maybe maybe a quarter mile. So there's not all that much sand on it. It's a 3.75 mile loop, and it's got a little bit of asphalt at the very beginning end, start finish line, if you will. But then it's got all kinds of varied terrain.
Is Doug hiking up something here?
Yeah, obviously we're not supposed to be there, but Wickham Park, we look at park rules as suggestions,
Yeah, looks like some fun trails. There was some sand and stuff. So yeah, so it looks like you had your mixture of everything in there. So, well, good deal.
And just to wrap it up, if anyone hasn't heard of it, it's no swag. There's no entry fee. There's no nothing. But if you're the first person to the 200-mile mark, you get to find a rock about 0.62 miles from the finish line, pick it up, and carry it back in, and that is your prize. A fake rock, I should say.
Rock. So you have to walk out 0.62 and pick up your rock, and then carry it back 0.62.
That is right. That is right. Yeah. I can't claim that. That's Mahoney. This is Mahoney's brainchild, and people seem to love it. Somehow I started going, I think 2015. I've been there, I think, every Memorial Day since. You just, for some reason, like a lot of things, you just gravitate to it. You start to love it, and I love seeing big people at the day one. Anyways, it's pretty lonely after that sometimes, but it's nice seeing people come out.
Dude, I almost thought about driving down there Monday. I was like, maybe I'll drive down there Monday and just run with Doug a few laps. And then I saw your post, and I'm like, well, that answers my question. So
yeah.
Tommy, you were the 8th finisher, because you finished it a couple years ago, right?
2021. I was the 6th finisher, I think.
So there's been a few.
There were 3 finishers that year, though. That was a fun year. The year before that, I DNF'd at like 172 miles, epically. And 2021, I finished. Jeff Steven finished. He's been out there. He's done a lot of loops out there. And Mike Straczynski finished as well. He also puts in a lot of miles.
Katie Jenkins was there. She says it was awful, but so much fun.
Yeah, so that's cool.
Where can we see that list? Finishers.
It's on the Facebook page that probably got taken down, I think, but I'll post it up again later. You can't see that, but Mark Anderson, Joe Ninke has finished it 3 times. Tim Pearl, I think most people know him as Salt Shack, has finished a couple times.
He's local here in Clearwater.
Yep, he finished it. The second time he finished it with Stephanie. So she's as of now, the only woman finisher. Chris Knight also finished that year. That was 2014, and after 2014, there were no finishers until 2021 when myself, Mike, and Jeff finished, and then a couple years of no 200-mile finishers, and then Doug last year.
Yeah, I remember following you when you did it, and that was pretty. That was just fun to watch. Watch you finish that. So that's. It should be on your bucket list if you're in Florida. That should be something you should put on your bucket. It's on my bucket list. I just got to find time to get down there and do it. So
it's easy. You get to sleep after 50 miles every day. It's easy.
That's what I figured. 50 miles is pretty easy.
Yeah.
What is it, 12 and a half hours?
Yeah, we start at 7:30, and the park technically closes. I mean, it doesn't really close, but it closes at 8 o'clock.
So you got to be done by 8. So
yeah.
All right. So good deal. So yeah. So if you haven't heard of Wickham Park, look it up. Tommy's gonna get the page back up. So he got banned for putting some weird stuff up there.
Yeah, we
I don't know why they.
were posting go for tortoise porn, you know.
Yep. Turtle in and out of the hole. It's a great race. Tommy took over for it a few years ago. So if you need any information, reach out to him. He can get you some information. Great race. I think now are there course records for like 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, and 4 day?
Well, the races there are marathon, 50 miles, 100 miles. Third day you just run for fun to get to the 200-mile race. So there's
I think Mark Burgett has the 100-mile.
He does. I'll probably tell you that what that course record is in a minute, but 17:21:55 is his 100-mile course record. Yeah. That's pretty fast out there. I don't remember the weather so much, but it was fun to watch him run. He's another machine, you know.
Yeah. So we're excited. We were talking this week. I'm trying to pick him up a crew for PTC, so he's coming up the run. So he'll be fun to watch. There's a lot of guys that are going to want to keep with the leader, and Mark's just going to destroy those guys off the start.
Yeah, you know, you watch him run, and you can you see it. He just seems to run through cramps, and you can imagine the pain. I mean, he's a beast.
Yeah, and he does a walk run. So his thing is a walk run, and he'll do it from mile 1, so which is pretty incredible. So
me too. I'm just not as fast.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I did it in long haul and got a 1940 with a walk run, and I started on mile 1, and people were laughing at me. I was walking on mile 1.
Let them laugh.
I ran it. It was the easiest 100 I ever did. So,
yeah, you know, when I was out of shape one year for that, and I think I did a couple miles at Icarus with Bob Becker, and he was doing a 1 minute run, 1 minute walk, and I'm like, you know, I'm just gonna follow this. If it's good for Bob, you know, it's got to be good. And I think I largely untrained got a sub 24 there. Yeah.
Well, this past year you weren't trained at all, and you still got it done.
Well, that was a lot. That was all walking. Almost walking. That's my longest finish there. That was the full 32 hours, I think.
Yeah, that was probably couch to 100-mile.
I've got this streak. Let me see if I can find a miracle to keep it going.
But the thing is, I think experience is huge. So I watched Luis Gomez do it at Javelina. He came in, you know, almost a month of training from nothing and got it done. And, you know, experience plays a huge part of it. I don't know if I want to try that route, but
well, I've done slow and faster ones. I recommend the faster version.
Yeah. All right. Next race we had going on in Inverness, Florida. You had Swat, Swear. Great race. If you've never run this race, this is a fun course up there in Inverness. I don't know. I would consider it a loop course. I wouldn't consider it I think it's kind of like more of a figure 8. So great race up there. First place on the male side, Fred Soley. If you don't know who Fred is, Fred has the course record on La Crosse, Florida, this past year. And I think he went 47 hours on that. So Fred ran a 4:10:37, which is pretty good. I think that puts him number 4th on the all-time list up there. Little below my fast time. I don't think I'll ever hit again up there. And then you had Gavin Dunn ran a 4:36 and Arian ran a 4:55. So pretty cool. I talked to Arian after the race. I think Arian has this race. He has Lake to Ocean next weekend, and then he's going to Tahoe 200 in 2.5 weeks. I honestly don't know what he's thinking. So, but good. Maybe he'll be all trained up. He'll be all trained up. On the female side,
you had 100K taper for your 200-mile race.
Holy moly! So, Cool thing is I'll be out at Tahoe 200. So we were talking this week about it. So we're going to hopefully get to see him out there. Nicole Fox won it on the female side, 5:30. And then Kristen Jenin from Naples was second. And Sarah Raymaker, keep seeing that name pop up on the podiums. So, Marty, you got anything? Marty was out there. Were you running an aid station, Marty?
Yes, I was running aid station 2 there with Lulu and Dean Gerber, and we served a whole lot of slushies. I made watermelon slushies. I made cucumber melon with sea salt, and I made pineapple. And it was supposed to be pineapple with coconut water, but I left the coconut water, so it was pineapple and ice and water. It was still good though. Arian thought that it was banana because it was yellow. he did a post about his finish, and he said, "Thanks to Marty for the banana slushy." So here's breaking news: there were no bananas at the race.
No banana juice. On the 25K, the women kicked butt. Cindy Carver was first place. Emma Moore was second, and where's the third female? Laura Weaver was third. On the male side, Paul Schwartz was first. Joseph Navarro and Scott Stafford. So congrats, women kick butt out there. Here's the rest of the list of the finishers. And then on the 10-miler, we had Mark Gilman, who had just did the Skunk Ape 100-miler. He won. He was overall winner in 1:23.48 out of Beverly Hills. Devon Davis was second, and Mark O'Grady was third. Female side, Jillian Collins, Carrie Kitchens, and Taylor Owens. Congrats to everybody out there. And so, Marty, I have a new neighbor down the street running a house down there, and one of my neighbors said, "Oh, the new neighbor's an ultra runner. She runs far like you do." So I'm like, "Oh, who is this person?" And the neighbor said, "Oh, she ran 30 miles yesterday." I'm like, "Oh, she must have been at Swat and Swear." So Marty confirmed that he knows who my neighbor is. I don't know who it is, but he knows who my neighbor is down there. So I got to go down and meet her. So congrats to all the finishers out there. With Fred Soley winning that race, so he's in the lineup for PTC. So that's going to be great to see him. I think the matchup I'm looking for at PTC is Fred versus Julian at PTC. So both are currently, signed up for the race. I think Fred's on the wait list, but he'll probably get in. So that would be fun to watch Fred versus Julian, because both of those had a fast time out at the Cross Florida 200. They both went right around the 48-hour mark. So we're looking forward to that. And that race is shaping up. Love to get you to come down and do that race again, Tommy.
It's always on my list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It used to be in your backyard. That's
right. Well, I mean, I used to run less than 100 yards from my house.
Yeah. I think you set us up with did you run a run club out of Brighter Days?
No, Tarpon Tavern was before the Brighter Days Run Club got going.
Okay. And then we moved out to Brighter Days, just a little bit farther.
Yeah.
Down there. So good deal. We made the course a little bit longer. So, but Tommy's running the original course there. I don't know if a lot of people know about the original Pinellas Trail challenge.
I had a top 10 there when it used to go out to up and around.
Up to John Chestnut. Yeah. So great race. All right, next we got Capitol Backyard. Speaking of Julian, let me bring in so a lot of us were watching this race, and it went a little bit shorter than we all anticipated. So Scott Snell won the race with 179 miles, and Andrew Janaway was second, Stephen Carr, Megan Alvarado, and then we had Julian down here in fifth. So that 5 was running. They were running together. There was almost about 5 hours when it was down to the top 5. And I haven't quite heard how Julian's race was. We were trying to get him on the show tonight, and we didn't hear back. But he went up there without a crew, so I know we were scrambling on Facebook to try and get him a crew. And I think Mike Melton got him a crew up there, which was great. Love to hear how Julian's race went up there. Curious why I only went 175 miles. I know the record up there is 300 miles, I believe. So don't have much information from Capitol. They need to get a live stream up there at Capitol Backyard. If you guys are listening. All right. Upcoming races. We got a few races coming up. The only one scheduled in Florida. Is this the only one, Bobbie Joe, next week?
In Florida, yeah.
Yeah. So we got Lake to Ocean. We don't know the entry list. One person I know who is running it is Arian.
Brandon Holmes is running it too, I believe. I keep seeing him posting. He's another one of Scott Hoover's athletes.
Yeah. If you're in the chat, anybody else running, pop it in there so we kind of know.
Is Luke not running it? Because I know Nicole was putting together a dinner reservation for the people down there. So I assumed Luke was running it too.
Well, we'll find out in a second if Luke's running it. Dave Goldstein.
Yeah, Dave Goldstein
is running.
Is Shay?
I hate when races don't put the entry lists on.
Yeah, I waited too long to reach out to Jeff down there, the race director, to find out who's running. But we'll have results next week. Whenever I think of Lake to Ocean, I don't even know what year this was. This picture. Let me pull up this picture. This was a wet year.
Is that Justin?
This is Justin Radley, and that's Andy Matthews swimming in the background. Lake to Ocean. So this picture made the rounds. It showed up back in the day. What is it? Jameel Curry, Mountain Outpost did their show every single week, and this picture made it up. And I'm not quite sure what year this was, but obviously this was a very, very wet year.
It seemed like Andy said he was going to be there
swimming
last week at the race.
I'm curious because Justin said he was driving up to pick Andy up when they sent me this picture.
No, they're going. I know Justin is going to that race that I'm supposed to do.
Stevie's Roost?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was trying to talk Andy into going to that this weekend. So
yeah.
It must not be.
Yeah.
Lake Ocean.
So hopefully we'll get some good pictures. We'll get some good results out of there. We'll find out if Luke is running this weekend. Upcoming, you got the Miami 50-50. That's coming up a couple weeks. I think it's a week and a half. We're coming up on that race.
Yeah.
Here it is right here. So here's
2.5.
Here's the teams we have. We figured it'd be fun to pull up the teams for Miami 50-50.
I know Clan Elders, the defending champions and course record holders.
Yep. You got Barbie and Skipper chasing the Dream House. That's Katie Jenkins, who's in the chat, and Kate Traeger. Blood, Sweat, and Smiles. That's Jamie Saunders and Charles Plobens. Is that the guy out of Jacksonville?
Yeah, just finished the monster.
Yeah, he just. Yep. Then you got Plan Elder, which is
the Miami 100 last year.
Charlie did.
I think he got top 3. Yeah.
He also did the Donna.
Yep, he won the Donna year before last, and finished right behind Mark this year.
That should be the co-ed team to watch right there. And then you got
Marty,
Ramona.
take your hand off your mouth.
we got Ramon and Mark Brigette. Those are the course record holders. Coco Hojos Did I say that right? Melody Deal and Amy Boospin. I don't know what DTDFL.
Down to DFL.
Oh, yeah,
They're
that's
down to getting in last place.
Okay. Dynamic Duo.
They're doing it as training for HOTS.
Which
Ball
one?
State.
Who's that?
Jeremy and Andy. They
Oh, Jeremy.
running Ball State.
Okay.
HOTS.
Invincible. Mile High Duo. Rooster, Selfie Queens, Run for Fun. That's Eric D. Simone. There's another mixed team. Sozo Run. Special K, shocker. We know who that is.
Give them a little more excitement than that. Shocker.
I didn't have to look to see who was on that team. And
I'm
I knew
always excited to see.
Yeah. So, Suffer for Fun, Team Bueno, Team Uber, hoping they don't need an Uber, the Rookies, and the Sloth Brothers. So I don't know if I know John Duffy.
Oh yeah, he was at Swat and Swear. That's the same guy.
Yeah,
Big guy.
He's a local guy. So what's funny is I have a friend named John. This is a funny story. So I keep getting a friend request from John Duffy, and I know a realtor named John Duffy. Yesterday I saw John Duffy. I said, John, I think your Facebook got hacked because you keep sending me a friend request. Now it makes sense that John Duffy is runner John Duffy, not realtor John Duffy. So John Duffy, if you're listening, I need to go back and accept your friend request. I thought you were somebody else. I thought you were another John Duffy. So that will so that's going to be a great. It'll be a fun race to watch. And I was trying to make it down for that, but I'll be out. Unfortunately, I'll be out in Tahoe.
That's one I want to do eventually. That just looks like a fun time.
Yeah. I think Louis Coco puts on some great races down there.
Yeah.
So that's,
Not the last 2 years. I'm missing this year. It's not too late though. I just need a partner.
Yep.
Yeah, there's
Marty, let's do it.
Let's do it. Tommy G and Marty G.
That's
G
right.
brother.
The G-spot.
There you go. You got it. All right. Last race coming up. It's actually not coming up, but I think the applications have to be in for Ancient Oaks, Mike Melton's race. So don't forget to put in your application for that. Mike puts on a great race. I guess we can fit. Do we consider that a fat ass race? It's free.
It's free.
Oh heck yeah. I'd say that's another one of your if you want to get in with the old school fur. I mean that's one of the races that's been around. Mike picked it up. That's the fur Christmas party right there. You got to go out.
Yeah.
Maybe they need some people to show up with cameras.
Yeah. So that was. I have not done that race. I need to make it out there to the race. Just
me too.
if not to see it, I mean, if not to run it, but to see it. So.
Just do a couple laps or something.
Can we shout out my friend's race in Savannah real quick? We briefly mentioned it, but Rough Runners over there in Savannah have that Stevie's Roost, which is a 48-hour race. It's a 5K trail, sort of cross-country / trail loop out on a farm. And I was supposed to run it this year, but with my life circumstances, I just can't make it over there. It starts at 2 tomorrow and runs till 2 on Sunday. And you go as far as you can go till you had all the fun you could stand.
Yep.
And they've got like a pond there that you can fish in, and they have camping, and it's supposed to be a real fun time. And
2.71 mile loop, 140 feet of game per loop. Some rock roots or ruts. And I think that's all that.
But the race directors always use a part of their money that they get off of it to help others. And that's why I like them so much. They're really good stewards.
Good deal.
Dan and Carrie.
So So we'll do we can do a review of the race next week with the people running. You said Andy number going up?
Well, Justin is running
Justin's
for
running.
sure.
Okay.
And he was looking, that picture that you had in the water, that's what I said, dang, he looks so big, but he is looking lean right now. He's been training. So he's big. And I've got another friend that I helped she ran her first 100 at the Bronze Dragonfly last April of 24, and her feet were trashed, and I helped her with her feet at that race, and she's running this for her third buckle. Now she's run Bronze Dragonfly Charleston, and this will be her third. Her name's Katie.
Yeah, Bruce Warner's going up there. So there's a legend right there, the mailman.
Yeah, we didn't see him at Wickham this year. He's another.
Oh, there's Melanie. So Ryan must be there. Oh, sorry, Tommy.
Ryan and Melanie.
Does Melanie have a better ultra sign-up score than Ryan?
She must. Huh?
Andy's on there, so Andy is on there. Eric T. Simone's going up there. Ryan's all the way down here. Ryan has
it probably has to do with the male versus female. Yeah.
I'm getting FOMO
because he's the time. Yeah, take you off there.
Mike Melton.
That's right. Mike Melton said he was going too.
Yeah. Cool deal.
Yeah, good crowd there.
They're going to have a timers race between Justin and Mike.
Yeah.
Anybody want to take any bets on that?
Yeah. I don't know.
Mike gets his 2 miles in every day. Aside from that, I don't know what else he does.
We'll give Mike the pick on the first 2 miles for sure.
Yeah. All right. So that's it for any other races we want to cover coming up or happening.
That's it.
If you're on the wait list for PTC, don't start freaking out yet. I know we're 70 deep on the wait list, but we usually clear it pretty easily. So being a free race, people jump out pretty quickly on that race.
I know our buddy Chris at Run Fluent has got that Mataqua race. I believe it's not this weekend, but next weekend.
Up in Ohio?
Up in Ohio.
Okay.
It's a 2-mile loop race, and it's got a really cool looking 100-mile buckle.
Yeah, we'll have to get some more information on that.
I listened to his podcast interview with the people that do the Cherokee 130 race.
Yes, he has that race coming. He's running that race coming up.
Yeah.
That's his big race this year. So that's pretty
And
cool.
I was thinking to myself, I hope I don't sound that country in my podcast because that dude is country.
No, you get that. Marty has that southern accent.
Tennessee country.
Yeah. All right. So other stuff. We'll start off with Black Canyon. I know Black Canyon was back in February, but they had a little controversy. Bobbie Joe, you got any? You want to summarize it?
If you guys want the full story, go to the Aravaipa Running website because Jamil posted something yesterday that has full details. But basically, this runner, Ferdinand Erol, he did 2 things. He cut the course accidentally. He got off course, and the rules specifically state that once you get off course, you need to retrace your steps, and then you keep going. He didn't. He found the shortest way back to the course and got on. In the rule book, it clearly says that's a disqualification. The other thing that
I was going to tell you, here's where I think it was. So they said it was around the 20-mile mark. So as soon as they mention it, I've run the course 3 times, and I'm like, the only place I can think of this can happen is the trail comes up the road. The trail comes up and crosses over like a 4-wheeling road, and I think if you look at my yellow line, it goes across the 4-wheeling road. And I think he turned down the 4-wheeling road. And then when he realized he could see people above him, and he just traced his way.
Yeah, he just made his way up. Yeah, he was. Up to there. It was like he was off course for about 0.3 miles. But yeah, he should have went back and then got back on, and he didn't. And the other thing that happened is he was seen receiving aid in a section that specifically says you cannot get aid. At first, it was thought that they had offered him aid and he denied it, and that would have been okay. But then there was other people that saw him that he did take like a water bottle and he put it down somewhere else, either realizing he wasn't supposed to have taken it or something. So the big controversy was not that what he did, but what the Aravaipa originally decided not to disqualify him and instead to give him a 20-minute penalty. That didn't make anybody happy. So, right here it says the Gloriana Mine aid station. That point 0.3 miles before, that's where he got off course, right before the aid station. But oh no, that's where he received the water bottles. My bad. Forget about that.
So yeah,
but,
at Bumblebee, at Bumblebee, which is right before where he went off course, he forgot to grab his bottles from his crew. And then Gloriana Mine is maybe Gloriana Mine's the next one. It's a road crossing you come across. But there's no parking there, so there's no crew at that aid station. You cross the paved road, and then you continue on. And supposedly, what I heard was his crew put bottles on the course like 0.3 before it. He grabbed it. Someone said, "Hey, that's cheating," and then he put the bottles down.
Yeah, and obviously we know mistakes happen, and nobody thinks he did any of this stuff on purpose, but he's an Aravaipa runner. Like, we're on their team, and they gave him a 20-minute penalty in one of their races where it's their rules, and that did not sit right with anybody. So they re-looked at everything, they talked to everybody, and from what I hear is Ferdinand actually said, disqualify me. That's the rules. That's what was supposed to happen. And so
I think that's smart. So why they gave him the 20-minute penalty, because he originally I think was 10th, and the 20-minute penalty would push him out of the top 10 down to 14th. So they figured, a top 10 at Black Canyon can do something for your career,
right?
But 14th, it might still do something, but you don't know on it. So
and part of what Jamil said too was their races are getting a lot of attention now. Everything's getting more competitive. So and they did make a little excuse saying that their rules might not have been some of them might not have been laid out correctly in the email and misunderstood. But he's one of their runners. He would have known it's not a new race. It's not. So they should have just disqualified him from the beginning. So nobody, like I said, nobody thinks he did anything on purpose but Aravaipa handled it incorrectly from the start. It just looked really shady.
So this popped up right after the race, and then it kind of cooled off, and then supposedly someone said he was doing something like this again at Canyons, and at Canyons he won. I believe he won the 100K. The 100? No, I thought he was in the 100K, or he won one of the races at Canyons, but it can't be. No one can confirm anything happened, so that's why it just kind of came
backed off of that.
Yeah, because it came out in social media first because the person who was calling him out had reached out to Aravaipa multiple times and didn't hear anything from them, so decided to go to social media instead. And that's when things started.
No, the guy that won the 100K was it Poopy? Something along that line.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so
I think it was the 100 mile.
Was it the 100 mile? Okay. So Marty.
But so now he's
So I think that's a classy move, just to disqualify yourself, and that it makes everyone happy. So good call.
They'll learn from it.
Gearing up to Western States. I think we're about a month out. Some news coming out of Western States this week. What's the big news, Bobbie Joe?
Jim Walmsley is not going to be there. Nor is Hayden Hawks, but Jim Walmsley is the big news.
It hasn't been officially reported that he.
Well, his bib number has already been transferred over to Dan Green. So he has not said anything, but he no longer has a bib number. And because sometimes the elites choose not to even show up on the entrance list from the start, and they kind of get out at the end. But he was on there. He did have a bib assigned to him. That bib is now Dan Green's winner of the Cocodona 250. So yeah, but yeah, Walmsley hasn't said why. And I checked his Strava, and his Strava went private back in like December. So
But I'm curious, he wouldn't have been bid 392. He would have been
it was
M1.
369 or something. Well, they probably changed it. It was probably yeah, because
yeah, that's what the article says. His name now appears next to bid 392, but Jim would have been M1.
M1, unless they don't do that from the start.
No. I mean, hang on. Let's pull up. We can pull up the Western States entry list, and it's so you got M10, which is Chris Myers, M4 Dan Jones.
Yeah, he should have been M1.
Yeah, Caleb Olson's M5. So they're all in there under those bid numbers. So I don't know why. I don't know what that article.
Well, they have to change all those now because they can't just give somebody M1. It has to be.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So they'll have to. So everybody. So M2, M3, M10. All those will probably be changed. So,
but that kind of throws off a lot on Western States. I mean, you still have a stacked field.
Yeah, Killian's still there. David Roach is still there. To be a dark horse. He's getting so much hate. It's kind of funny, but
David Roach.
Yeah, he's getting. But yeah,
you got all these young guys like Seth Ruling, Hans Troyer.
Well, and that's what says so because we had talked about before. They're making Unbreakable 2. So they're gonna they were gonna film out there. It was gonna be Walmsley and Killian and Hayden Hawks, and they're following these people for another documentary. And so Dylan Bowman posted on his Instagram that that's dead in the water. They're not making that anymore. But like you said, all those young people, that would have been nice to see. Like they're still going against Killian, and this is probably his last Western States. So at least his last,
I think
ultra competitive one.
37. He's 37, 38. Was his age on there?
Yeah, I mean, and even if he comes back, he's probably gonna be, he's like passing the torch sort of thing to these younger people that are just gonna.
Man, we're gonna have some good.
It would have been a good show. I think they should have kept it. They should have followed and see what the other people could do. See, and shine a spotlight on some of these younger people.
Yeah. So something I saw, and I'm not quite sure. We're gonna go all the way down the bottom because there's no Florida runners running it. So from here, if y'all are watching down, none of these people have an ultra sign-up score. I'm trying to figure out.
UTMB people.
Well, yeah, but why wouldn't you? Would still have a. Doesn't UTMB still make it up on ultra sign-up?
Well, some of the European races don't. A lot of the European races don't put theirs.
It's not there.
Yeah. So I you do have Fiona Pascal, so she's on there. But you have some, Americans on there. There's a guy from Oklahoma, Jimmy Green. So maybe that's what I'm missing is all.
And there's no way they can qualify without.
Yeah. Even if they took a sponsorship bib or something, you still have to qualify for Western States. So maybe it is. Maybe another reason to hate UTMB. If they don't put their crap up on ultra sign up.
I can't imagine that many people got ticket. Yeah, because what's her name? Emily told me there's only 2 races at UTMB, or 3 that UTMB has that have golden tickets. That's the one that Jornay came in. What was that one?
That was the
Chianti.
Chianti, the wine one.
The real
Right,
race.
but any of these people could have ran any other European 100-mile qualifier. And gotten
in.
It doesn't have to be. Yeah. But like I said,
Go ahead. I was gonna say, I guess you could have Grindstone on there, but Grindstone now doesn't appear on Ultra Sign Up.
Oh, okay. So I run.
Yeah, I mean,
if
I
that's
don't know.
what
Do
it
you
is.
know all of the They don't have to be golden tickets, just regular 100-mile qualifiers, and they got picked in the lottery, but they're just showing no results because they don't use Ultra Sign Up on, you know, in China or Germany or Vietnam is some of these. So
I was gonna be mad if they've never run an ultra and they are running Western States.
hold your
Back here with my fucking
hold your
72
anger.
tickets.
Now, on that target time, I wonder if the entry actually tells them that, or if they're
No, the
score
Ultra
codes.
Sign Up does that. So you could go to like Pinellas, for example, Pinellas Trail Challenge. It will have your projected.
40 hours.
It will show up what your projected time is. So it has Mark Burgett at 6:49, and his course record is a 5:59. So has me, for instance, at an 8:12, and I ran a 7:03 last year. So it's sometimes they're under, and then you get to a mountain race, and it goes the other way.
Gus is coming.
Yeah, Jeff, if you want, there's a couple major websites for signing up for ultra marathons in Europe, and you can find these people and you can make sure that they've ran their races.
No, I'm sure they have. I just couldn't figure it out. It didn't make sense to me. If you are one of these 4 people, please accept your invitation to PTC, especially these 2 that got their thing sent out on May 20th. So,
And the PTC is doing a t-shirt contest.
Streaming, then I need to withdraw.
you need to withdraw. Yep.
So we're definitely streaming that.
We're definitely streaming. There is rumor that they're going to do a weekend before. Anybody that wants to run the race the weekend before, we'll do we're going to call it, we haven't come up with a name, but possibly like soft rock, like at Hard Rock. It's going to be soft PTC for any volunteer. So for any of the volunteers or those those that are wanting to do the live stream. So that is.
Do I have to withdraw? Is that what you're saying?
Living I have blocked from the Pinellas Trail. So I'll do it tomorrow.
So yeah, actually, we're gonna live stream from Marty's Airbnb in the race. So, all right. So that any other Western States news come out? They did have Western States training camp this past weekend. Word on the street is this thing has become pretty popular. So they're selling out pretty quickly. But what I do like is they offer it to the people already in the race first before they open it up to everybody. So I know Greg Lawson was out there. We were watching Greg out there. Did anybody watch Mountain Outpost? Did you watch those videos from Mountain Outpost?
No.
Yeah. Watch it and then give me feedback on it.
Yes, sir.
I don't know who the guy was filming, but it was like he was up close, like he had the camera too close to people. So who was he talking to? He's talking to one person. All you could see was like this part right here. You could.
So what you're saying is we need to go and properly live stream that event.
Day two was better. Yeah, day 2 was better. I haven't seen day 3 yet, but
they sent the B team out to that because they didn't really.
He had great interviews, but I don't know if that's a new camera style. Get as close to the person as you can.
He wants to see him sweat.
It looked like fun. So I can't wait. I always said I'm only going to do states training camp when I get into Western States. So
I'll go because I'm not getting into Western States.
Yeah. So Greg already invited us out next year.
It'd be fun to get a whole group. Who wants to go? Sign up. Let's go.
So right after the Cocodona weekend.
Or right after the
Cocodona. Any other? I think that we'll report some Western States stuff. I got one more picture. This is the wait list. So they are down to 34th on the wait list. Where was Dan? Dan Green. No, yeah, Dan Green.
He was 2 at the time of Cocodona. So all
Yeah.
these people have gotten in, since just
And
recently.
And they'll start flying through this wait list pretty quickly because as you get invited, if you don't have your plans already scheduled or anything like that, it's easy to turn it down. So as the wait list, I think the wait list goes 75 deep. So we'll Patrick Dunn, we're waiting to hear if you're in the race, and then you got a few other people down there. So
nobody from Florida is even on the wait list, right? Like not one single Florida.
Yeah, so you got a lady out of Tallahassee, and then you got Carrie Mang. She got in, and because she's co-race director. So.
Carrie Mang's running it?
Carrie's on the. I believe Carrie's on the. She was on the wait list at one point.
All right.
So I've been trying to kiss her ass for a while to get into the race.
I'm supposed to have her on the podcast.
You were supposed to have her on the show too.
We can't.
No, it's gonna be your 50th birthday. We'll celebrate at Western States.
Yeah. So this week we had a couple Runkin. This one I missed, a couple Runkins. So Tommy, a Runkin is you run to Dunkin Donuts, or you do as many Dunkin Donuts stops on one. We never got Nicole's. I never saw her route. So Nicole, you got to send me your route. I missed this one a couple weeks ago. We'll show it. This is Jessica Weiberg. She did a 4-mile Runkin. I'm pretty sure she's up in Tarpon.
Hey, so I've seen this before. Is this your guys' thing? Did you come up with this?
Yeah, we came up with this.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen a couple posts go up with wouldn't work for me here. There might be one.
You can use any chain coffee shop. So if you want to go to Krispy Kreme, that's okay. If you want to go to Wawa, that's okay.
They got to be different ones, right? I mean, I'd have to run 50 miles to Tallahassee to get to the next one.
Then you could win because one of the challenges is who can get the farthest to a Dunkin'.
Oh, really?
Because there's the farthest, there's the most stops in one continuous run, and then there's cumulative miles. So you could go for the farthest.
So we do have some long ones. So this one was our run on Saturday. Vince Carter, Greg Caro, and me. I did a little. Mile Runkin. We ran basically downtown Dunedin. We actually passed 2 Dunkin Donuts just to get to this one. So this was up in Tarpon. I think it's a new Dunkin Donuts up in Tarpon. I don't think it was here, Tommy, when you were there.
Did you run 24 in one direction?
Back there enough. I've seen it.
We did 11 up, 11 back. I did 11 up. I did 22. Vince did 24, and Greg was right around 21 miles on that Runkin. This is Alex Rosier. I believe this is in the middle of he posted this to the Strava group. So he's able to post this. So I didn't realize, but you can post pictures to the Strava group, which we'll talk about next. So Alex posted this. Alex is always out front on the Strava group. This is, I think, a 32-mile run in St. Augustine. I don't know the exact mileage. He's up in St. Augustine, and he put up a monster run. I think it was Monday up there or Sunday. So that's Alex. So we had 3 entries. Talking about the Strava group, we're up to 40 strong. Yep, Marty's not even in it. And
Marty.
Tommy, guess who's kicking our ass every single week? Local boy, has nothing to do but run all day long.
Stork.
I'm like, who is this guy? I thought it was. I was like, is that like Julian or something? Like, who else is running 100 miles just randomly?
I don't know.
I can't.
I don't know what the heck Michael's doing. I go on Strava every now and again, and when I do, I see him putting up like 3 20-mile runs in a row. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude,
So
what are you training for?
he's got a race out in southern Colorado in a couple weeks, so they're going out to do that. So yeah, so Mike kicked. I was kind of pissed at my training group because they invited. I mean, we run with Mike every once in a while, but they invited Mike to it. I'm like, damn it. So yeah. So I'm reading off of Marty's because I can't read off of my screen. So Stork led the group with 104 miles, and Mike Musso 84. Vince Carter did 70. What's funny was I posted to our run group on Saturday. I'm like, oh, Vince was way down there. I'm like, and then he texted me on Sunday. He goes, I think your results are wrong. So I had to go back to the group, and I'm like, damn, Vince. He wasn't gonna run. He wasn't gonna run on Sunday. He only ran because of the group. Alex Rosier did almost 70. He's the one that just did that Runkin. He starts out strong, but luckily he cycles on the weekend, so he doesn't put up that many miles on the weekend. And then Keith Lynch, another guy I trained with, he was up there. Greg's the guy I trained with. Then you got Nels. And Bobbie Joe broke the top 10.
First
up
female.
there this week too. So we got to get some more females up there. And then I finished out. I was 10th on.
I've got like 32 on the week so far. So
yeah. So if you're not in the Strava group, join the Strava group. We're gonna try and put some fun stuff up there. We're gonna keep. You can post pictures, so post some pictures up there. We love to see your pictures, especially if you do a Runkin. So we did as a group almost 1,300 miles this week, so which is pretty impressive. Last week was big too, but we had 3 guys. We had 3 people do the Keys 100. So you had Nick Urena led it, but so. Good deal.
Yeah, and we can also, if we remember to go back and look, we can look at who ran total running time. So Julian had 32 hours and 45 minutes. So he killed everybody and how much time he spent.
Yeah, but did his miles show up on? I didn't see his miles show up on there.
I think I didn't see his miles either. I'm not seeing. Oh yeah, he's right there, 152.1. So he won last. So it probably didn't show up by the time you looked, because it depends on how if he recorded it as one run, and he was still going when the weeks.
So I went on at 10 p.m. to pull the picture off. So maybe it loaded the next day or something like that, but still counted for the day. So
yeah, because was he still?
Julian.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because if he recorded it, just when you're in a backyard, some people post every 4.2 miles, and some people post it as one long run. So,
we'll have to play. Bobbie Joe figured out if she goes on the desktop, she can pull up more stats than what I can pull up just from the phone. So
yeah, there's total. So I was 3rd in total running time, even though I was much farther down in distance, but. Oh well.
We're gonna try and look at some more stuff in there, like who did the most from week to week, and kind of keep track, so that if you're not in the top 10, we still want to recognize you for
sure.
Yeah, for your accomplishments and stuff.
We're up to 40. Marty, did you just join?
I just joined your group. Yeah.
Oh, you did, Tommy. So we're at 41 now.
No, 42. I think I'm 42. It said 41
now?
before I got there.
Refresh.
So someone else must have jumped in too. little plantar, but after I fix this plantar, I'll try to get up a little further up the list.
Yeah.
I got like 20 miles this week.
Yeah. 20 miles.
Everybody.
Yeah. We'll try and do some more fun stuff with the Strava group, but post your pictures in there.
Like if I look at, if we're looking at it right now, the Stork is in first place. However, if we change the parameters, like Michael Musso so far is the fastest average pace at 7:19. So we can do all sorts of fun stuff. And so how's the Stork getting all this elevation gain?
His watch is off. Yeah, what's
Yeah,
his
because he had
watch?
like 8,900 or something at one point.
No, dude, he lives in Palm Harbor.
That's what I was like, there's no way. Okay, is he doing bridges?
Unless
all
he's
the
out of
time?
town. I mean, sometimes he is out of town. He likes to go out. Like they were out in Grand Canyon a few weeks ago and stuff. But I think he's local here. So it's like that's why I went to the Koros watch, because when I was running with Garmin, it just threw off the vert every single time, and I never knew what I'd get 1,000 feet running around my block on 2 miles.
Oh yeah, no, I got 4,200 on my 24-hour track race. So.
It's one of those Mario Kart loops where you're going up.
I was like jumping over every.
Stop running like this, Bobbie Joe.
I really do, though. That's not even a joke.
So we'll do some fun stuff with it. So join the group. Trying to think what else. Last week we talked about the Pacer travel. A lot of people. I did have some people reach out to me this week, and they're like, "Oh, we had no clue that's how the travel agent works. Like, it costs nothing to use my services. If you're booking and going to get a hotel or something, we can book a hotel. That's the best way to support the channel, because we make a commission off of booking that hotel, rental car, stuff like that. So if you're going somewhere, that's the best way to support the channel. It goes, and basically we just put it back into aid stations and equipment and stuff like that. But I want to kind of go over, what is our goal for this channel? And I know between me, Bobbie Joe, and Marty, like we want to live stream more. We enjoy it. We love going out to races. It doesn't feel like work. So we're looking at live streaming, trying to pick up some more live streaming events. So I think we're all in on PTC with that lineup. It's going to be a great week. So we're going to try and live stream. We are going to do PTC. I think we got Tampa Bay 100. We're trying to secure long haul. So long haul may be a live stream this year. And then Chris Stengel wants us to come do his one of his races, which is almost like a track race. So I know we got some coming up. There's some other ones we might do. So but we also want to put out more videos of like trips, stuff like that. I'm working on one from going out to Cocodona, still editing that one. Bobbie Joe came up with the idea of the 50 states. Like we're going to try and start highlighting states. Like if you're going to Alabama and you want to run a marathon, here's a good marathon to run. If you want to run an ultra, you got Pinhoti or Chief Ladiga and some information. So we're going to try and go through all the states and make videos, which is a lot of work, but I think it'll be good. Was there anything else you guys were thinking of?
No, Marty, who was your latest podcast?
I'm sorry, who is my latest? That was Rick Albanese. I don't have a new one. The only other one I have recorded is Shay, and he just came out on WTF recently, so I'm going to hold out on his for a little while longer. I've got several coming up, but I've been in an Airbnb for a week, and so I haven't had an opportunity to record any. But I can tell you, let's see, who have I got lined up? Okay, the guy from Miami, I think his name is Maxime Terry.
Yeah, he's been doing.
I got him lined up. So that will be recorded maybe over the weekend or early next week. And then there's a young lady that's running. I think she's running across country, and I forgot her name. But anyway, I've been talking to her, and I'm supposed to get her at some point in the next week or so. And then I also am going to do a Where Are They Now with Britta Devitt. I had her about, a year and a half ago. She's a local girl here in Tampa, and she ran the Tampa 100 in its inaugural year, just 1 year after spinal cord surgery. She had a cancerous tumor removed from her spinal cord. But anyway, she's running Leadville this year. And so we're going to talk about that. And just a short one, just to talk about where she's at now, how far she's grown. She's really become, she missed the cutoff at Tampa Bay 100, so she was an unofficial finisher, but she has really made some gains in her strength as running. I want to say she, at the funnest this year, she was under 7 hours, I want to say, on the 50K, which is impressive for somebody that, I think last year she was over 8, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, so we got to her.
Any update on John Kelly?
He's trucking right along. He's doing good. He posts videos every day. So far so good. It's early though, so.
I was trying to find updates, and so yeah, you're right. So you go to his Facebook page, John Kelly. He's doing Bobbie Joe, north to south.
North to south, yep.
Yeah.
I thought it was south to north.
No, he started in Georgia.
Because, well, that's south to north. If he started in Georgia.
No. Maine to Georgia.
No, he started in Georgia. So he's headed north.
South to north.
He's headed north. It's the North Route. That's what it's called. It's just called north.
Okay.
No boat.
For some reason I thought he was going the opposite way. So yeah, so his Facebook page looks like he has some videos on there. Unfortunately, I can't figure out how to play the sound off of my computer. So you can just watch John.
Click that X there.
What's that?
That X on the button there.
In a lot of places.
Hey.
I don't know if they can hear this.
Can you hear it?
To get through the Smokies with those 2 long sections there. And what I need to do now, I'm going to have a shorter day, only about 54 miles. So I'm going to go about 20 more. It's got a couple of pretty sizable climbs, but then I'm going to try to catch up on a bit of sleep, realign my daily schedule to where my sleep is
shows up
completely during darkness instead of wasting some daylight. And other than the missed sleep, my legs are feeling pretty good. And you can probably hear in the background, we just crossed under Interstate 40, almost right at where it was completely washed out and closed from Hurricane Helene. Still down, I think, to 1 lane in both directions. And we are entering the most.
All right. So if he's talking about Helene, so he definitely started from the south. So cool deal. So we'll keep I didn't realize I could follow his Facebook page. So we will follow him and love to see how he's doing on that. So
there's one other little news thing that I just heard about like an hour before the show started, or maybe less. There's a woman, Shannon Lee Litt. She's out of New Zealand. She has ran over 500 ultras in a row. So the current course record is 200 from Candace Burt. It doesn't get ratified, doesn't get set as a record until she submits everything. But she's been keeping track of, she's got multiple GPS, she's got multiple witnesses, photos. I guess because she's in New Zealand, she kind of went under the radar. But yeah, so as soon as she's done, she'll submit everything to Guinness and to the World Records Committee, but she's still going. So she does 51 or 52K a day.
okay. That's almost Wickham Park.
She didn't get the 200 miles in the 4 days, so she's a little behind on that. But yeah, she'll have to step it up.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. So
yeah,
someone with a lot of time. So cool. All right, so we'll keep trying to get you the news from the ultra world. Again, if you're a race director, you got a race coming up, you want us to promote it, reach out to us. We'd love to promote your races. Anything else you want us to promote, we'd love to
sign up,
here.
come join me down in join Jeff in Arkansas for the Arkansas Traveler.
And
Join me in South Carolina for the 24-hour track race there, the Midnight Dreary, and I'm also going to be at the 48-hour Bulldog, the Amy's race. So that if we get more people to sign up for that, that'd be great.
Yeah, I also thought that might be a good live stream event.
I can carry a camera around a track.
Yeah,
I'm planning on being down there.
Yeah, that's pretty easy. Just put 3 cameras on the track, one up high in the grandstands. It's pretty easy to do. You don't have to move too much. So you do it with two, 3 people.
That'll be a good one.
Yeah, so we'll reach. That is shaping up. The 48 hours looks like you got Matt Clapper and Loan are both in there.
So I'm automatically not winning that race, but yeah.
And Katie Jenkins is going with you to Midnight Dreary and Bulldog. So
Right.
girls are going to Midnight Dreary. Boys are going to Arkansas Traveler.
It's my birthday, so just remember that when you're deciding which one you want to go to.
Cool deal. So, all right, Tommy, thank you for joining us. Loved having you on the show.
Yeah, fun. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So, all right, everyone else, we'll see you next week on there. And if you're racing this weekend, good luck out there at Lake to Ocean and Stevie's Roost. We got a lot of people out there running, so nice job. So, all right, we'll talk to you all next week.
Bye.